My name is Adebimpe, I'm 36 years old, and this happened barely a year ago, though sometimes, when I replay it in my mind, it feels like yesterday. It started as an ordinary Tuesday morning in Lagos, hot, noisy, and full of that familiar chaos that only the city knows how to serve. Before we go deeper, please, if you're listening or reading this, subscribe to the channel. Because what you're about to hear isn't just a story. It's a warning, a confession, and maybe a kind of justice. That morning, I had a meeting with His Excellency, yes, the governor himself. It wasn't my first time seeing him. I'd been working with a consultancy group that handled one of his youth empowerment projects. But it was my first time being called directly to his office. I remember glancing at my phone when the notification buzzed, a text from his secretary. "Madam, His Excellency says come immediately. It's urgent." I sighed, threw on a navy blue dress, tied my hair up, and ordered a ride on the app. The driver's name was Kola, rated 4.9 stars, and his picture showed a man in his mid-40s with a tired smile. When I got downstairs, I saw the car idling by the gate, a dark blue Corolla that looked like it had seen better days. I walked toward it, heels tapping on the pavement. The driver rolled down the window and stared at me longer than necessary. Then he asked, in a low, uncertain tone, "Are you the one?" I hesitated. "Yes, I'm Adebimpe." "You're Kola, right?" He chuckled, no, laughed. A long, strange, deep laugh that made the hairs on my arms rise. Then, just as suddenly, he stopped, looked me up and down, and said, "Enter." Something in me wanted to step back. But Lagos women are used to all kinds of madness. I brushed it off, opened the door, and got in. The moment the car started moving, my phone rang. I looked at the screen, His Excellency. My heart skipped. "Good morning, sir," I said quickly. "Adebimpe," he said, his voice sharp but not angry. "Come to my office now. Don't stop anywhere. I'll explain when you arrive." "I'm on my way, sir." That was when I noticed the driver's hands tighten on the steering wheel. The veins on his arms paused. He turned slowly, eyes narrowing, and said, "His Excellency." "You said His Excellency." I nodded, confused. "Yes, why?" He didn't answer. The car slowed a little, then picked up speed again. I could see his jaw working, like he was grinding his teeth. The air inside the car suddenly felt thick. I tried to distract myself by looking out the window, but he kept muttering under his breath. I caught words like "same man" and "after all these years." Finally, I asked, "Excuse me, is something wrong?" He laughed again, shorter this time, bitter. "Wrong? No. Nothing's wrong. In fact, today might be the day everything becomes right." I swallowed hard. My fingers hovered near the door handle. Lagos has taught me to trust my instincts, and my instincts were screaming run. But where would I run to? We were already speeding down the third mainland bridge. Then he started talking, not to me, but almost like to himself. "Do you know what it feels like," he said, "to lose everything because of one man? To watch your life crumble while he becomes governor?" My heart pounded. "Who are you talking about?" He turned and looked at me with those bloodshot eyes. "His Excellency," he spat. "That man destroyed my family. My job. My marriage." I froze. I didn't know what to say. "He thinks he can walk around like a god," Kola continued. "But today, God sent you into my car. Maybe it's time he pays." I felt my throat dry up. I tried to keep my voice steady. "Please, you need to stop this car. Let me out." He shook his head. "No, madam. You're going to take a message to him. Since he wants you so badly, maybe you deliver it in person." That was when I realized he wasn't taking me to the governor's office anymore. The route on the app had changed, the blue line twisting toward the outskirts of the city. I did something reckless. I opened my purse, pretending to look for my phone, and texted my assistant. Help. My driver's acting strange. Track me. Call security. Then I hit send and slid the phone under my tie. Kola's eyes flicked toward me in the mirror. What are you doing? Just texting my boss, I lied. He smirked. Good. Tell him to pray. The car veered into a dusty side road. Abandoned warehouses lined the street. My pulse was a drumbeat in my ears. And then, by some miracle, another car appeared ahead of us. A black SUV with tinted windows. Kola cursed under his breath, tried to turn, but before he could, the SUV blocked the way. Two men stepped out, one in a dark suit, the other in a police vest. I recognized them instantly. His Excellency's security team. My assistant had done it. Kola panicked, slammed the gear, and tried to reverse, but the officers surrounded the car. One of them yanked open the door and pulled him out. He screamed, "She's part of it. She's one of them." They pushed him to the ground, cuffing him while he shouted curses and sobbed like a broken man. I sat there shaking, unable to move. Later, at the governor's office, I learned the truth. Kola had once worked in a government contractor's office years ago, before His Excellency's administration. He was fired after embezzlement was discovered. But he claimed he'd been framed. His wife left him, his children moved abroad, and he'd been living in bitterness ever since. They found notebooks in his apartment filled with plans, revenge fantasies, drawings of the governor's convoy, and pages with my name on them. Apparently, he thought I was His Excellency's new ally, someone helping him steal what was his. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing that laugh. That first laugh, the one that felt wrong before anything even started. But I also learned something that day, about instincts, about power, and about how revenge doesn't just destroy one person. It eats everyone it touches. Still, sometimes, when I order a ride online and the driver rolls down the window, I catch myself holding my breath, waiting for that same question. Are you the one?